All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This weekend, Anthony AJ Joshua is taking on Mr. Pringle's Kristian Prenga. And we also have Tyson Fury fighting out there in Thailand against Wach in a fight that will not be streamed online. And all the money's going to charity. So that is a nice touch from Tyson Fury. But this morning, Tyson Fury, I watched an interview from him. In that interview, he basically threw cold water all over a possibility of a fight against him and Anthony Joshua.
I'm going home. I've got about as much interest in Anthony Joshua versus some Pringles as I have of spewing that all over the floor. None. I'm going home. Not interested in AJ and his mate boxing.
If you go over there and you face off, would that not send out a signal to this world that it's happening?
You can send out as many signals as you want. You've been told for 10 years it's happening. It hasn't happened, has it? So, don't hold your breath.
No interest in watching AJ fight? Don't hold your breath about AJ versus Tyson Fury. It hasn't happened yet, and it might yet not still happen. So that was a bit of a shock statement from Tyson Fury. Maybe it is all fight talk, but I think there might be something in it because he does have a point. The fact is, we've been close-ish, very far away, everywhere in between for the past 15 years in terms of, are we going to see Anthony Joshua take on Tyson Fury? And nothing yet has changed. We still don't have a date. The fact is, we're seeing them both fight this weekend, and for whatever reason, it's not against each other. It is against Kristian Prenga, and it's against Mariusz Wach. Now, for Anthony Joshua, I understand the Prenga fight. Many people don't want to see it. I don't particularly want to see it, because I think AJ should go in there and not only win, but knock out Prenga, a bit like I think Tyson Fury should have gone in there and not only beaten Makhmudov, but knocked him out. And there's not much to talk about the Tyson Fury fight. Tyson Fury, we've seen him return. We know what level he's at. Tyson Fury should be ready to go for a fight against Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua is coming back for a tune-up fight and get-ready fight. We're going to talk about it in a second. For Tyson Fury, taking on Wach, I don't really know what to expect from this fight. Not because I think it's a competitive fight. I don't know what to expect from it because it is a charity event. It could be very exhibition-y. It could be, let's just take it nicely. Let's just go a few rounds, put on a bit of a spectacle, and then it'll come to its natural conclusion. It's not being streamed online. It's only in-house. It'll be shown later on Tyson Fury's Netflix show in the coming months. Look, I have no problems with Tyson Fury doing that. I think more athletes, especially people that earn the amount of money Tyson Fury does, all right? Like, Tyson Fury could have taken any fight he wanted in the UK, got paid another couple of million and kept it moving. But instead he says, fuck it, let's take it to Thailand and we'll fight for charity. If I'm going to fight, I don't need the extra money. Right, me, my family's all taken care of. More money that we can spend. Let's give some to charity. And I think that's very, very honorable from Tyson Fury, but it does make me wonder what type of fight we're actually going to see. So we're going to talk about Anthony Joshua and Kristian Prenga first, and where this leaves us for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I think AJ was always going to come back and have a tune-up fight, and I think it's the right decision. I actually think he needs a tune-up fight more than Tyson Fury needed to fight Makhmudov. Anthony Joshua, we're talking about a guy that in the past 2 years got his ass handed to him from Daniel Dubois, right? A shock loss. For me, I tipped Anthony Joshua to win that fight. Not only did he lose, but the way he lost it was bad, man. Like, that was a beatdown and a half that he got from Daniel Dubois. Like, fucking manhandled by him. So you lose to Daniel Dubois in that fashion. You then go and have that circus act with Jake Paul. Didn't look great, but he went in there, he knocked out Jake Paul. It was a fucking circus act. What do you want to say from that fight? And then we see the unfortunate incident out there in Africa, all right? Losing some of his best friends, his trainers, his team out there in Africa, being in a car crash and everything surrounding that unfortunate set of events. It's how do you return from the beatdown, from that, and everything else that's transpired in the past 12 months. So for me, most definitely have that tune-up fight. Go in there. You're up against Kristian Prenga, somebody that I think is very, very, there is a very high opportunity there for Anthony Joshua to score a knockout, look good, score a knockout, feel confident, feel good. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to come into this fight. He needs to try and get that knockout. He needs to try and get the eyes back on Anthony Joshua and say, I've still got it, guys. Look, he's in the camp with Alexander Usyk. I think that brings a lot to it. I do. I think Anthony Joshua can be reworked. I think there's a lot that to be fixed. And I think Alexander Usyk can bring that, as well as the mentalities, as well as the day in, day out in the gym, the work rate. Alexander Usyk, all right, is one of the hardest workers in the sport. And I think bringing that to Anthony Joshua, he looks in impeccable shape, but Anthony Joshua always looks in impeccable shape. It'll come down to how he looks on fight night, how he looks on the scales. That'll depend on, how much work he's put in. But I think we're going to see a very good-looking Anthony Joshua. And when we talk about his work with Alexander Usyk, this hasn't been, we're coming back for Tyson Fury. This has all been, we're coming back to be world champion. We're coming back to be undisputed. We're coming back to go on a fucking run. So it'll be interesting to see how AJ handles this fight. But it all starts with Kristian Prenga. And for me, I don't think he can afford to have the fight that Tyson Fury did against Makhmudov. I think you've got to go in there, you've got to make a statement, you've got to win comprehensively, you've got to win by knockout, you've got to drop the guy a few times, and it's heavyweight boxing, you drop him a few times, the fight's over. So I think Anthony Joshua has an opportunity here to score a knockout, and I think Prenga is the harder fight of the weekend. I don't particularly think much of Wach. I think Prenga is the better one, but if you put Prenga in there with Wach and put them against each other, it's not going to be a great fight, and you could probably say it goes either way. But Wach is quite old now. For Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, this weekend, look, no one's going to be watching the Tyson Fury fight because you can't, all right, unless there's some sort of stream going on Twitter. I don't see that fight being watchable, so we're only going to find out the result. We're not going to know what Tyson Fury was like. But unless you sort of get up and you see Tyson Fury's loss to Wach in some fucking fashion, knocked out by Wach, that'll throw a spanner in the works, but I just don't see that happening. Tyson will win by either knockout or decision. And all eyes will be on Anthony Joshua and how he performs against Prenga. He knocks out Prenga. Tyson Fury gets his job done, whatever he's doing out there in Thailand. The fight's got to be signed, sealed, and delivered. There can't be any more warm-ups. There can't be any more, I got to get ready. Even if AJ doesn't get the knockout and he wins by decision. As long as AJ wins, as long as AJ wins, as long as Tyson Fury wins, the fight has to be next. And I think if we don't see it next, if both guys win and we don't see it next, I don't think we'll ever see it. Because this is the opportunity to make it. And I can't think of a circumstance that, unless Tyson Fury and AJ lose, which I don't think either of them will, that it shouldn't be made. And if it isn't made, then there's things behind the curtain that we don't know that are holding this fight up. There is a fighter that's holding this fight up. There is one of these two guys that doesn't want to do it. And for me, I've always said, and I still believe it now, especially after what Tyson said this morning, I think out of both of them, the guy that doesn't want the fight is Tyson. You never hear Tyson come out and say, I want this fight. You never hear Tyson really make it vocal that he wants it. I know he was calling out and shouting at Anthony Joshua after the fight against Makhmudov, but that might be a little bit of showmanship. It comes down to now, it's, have you signed the contract? Do you want the fight? How come in that interview this morning you didn't say, I'm going to beat Wach and then we're going to set up that AJ fight? If you really want it and you are searching for that fight, you're going to be saying stuff like that. So the cold water does throw a bit of a spanner into the works. But this weekend, look, both guys returning to the ring. Two fights nobody wants to see, but they're the ones we've got. I expect Anthony Joshua to score a knockout. I'm going to be watching it. He needs to look good. He needs to look good. For Tyson Fury, we're not going to know what he looks like, but we expect him to win. And then we want to see it. No more holdups, no more delays, no more bullshit. I think if we don't see it after this weekend, we're never going to see it, unfortunately. And I'm one of the few people, I know lots of people don't want to, I am one of the few people that still do want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Him against Prenga, I expect AJ to get the knockout. That is my prediction for the fight. Wach versus Tyson, like I said, who fucking knows what's going to go on in there. It could be very exhibition-y, charity sort of fight. Touch around, fucking muck around, like in Rocky when he's taking on Hulk Hogan and they're like, all right, let's just take it nicely. I'll hit you a little bit, then you hit me. We could be seeing one of those. We just don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm out of here. See ya.